What's up, YouTube? This is GalacticGod.
And Brent Laser.
And we're here with the profile of our normal monster, I guess, the Law of Normal kind of deck. But it actually has quite a bit of different plays. We're gonna go through some of the cards real fast and talk about why we pick certain ones and what the deck is actually capable of doing. So, you want to read them off, or?
Well, not really. Just to say.
Okay, yeah, we got the 3 Galaxy Serpents. This is in there just because we want tuner power. Same kind of reason why Flame Guard is in there. We have 3 of those as well.
And he has a high defense.
Yeah.
Also.
Charcoal and Pachi with his 2100 defense, and then Oppress People is really good. It's got the 2000 defense and the 400 attack. So if we use the triangle power, it works out good because then he gets boosted up to 2400. It helps get over things. These are kind of just our loved one cards.
Yeah, there's just normal monsters that had decent. Well, except Monkey.
No, Monkey's got decent. It's 300.
Okay,
same as Skull Servant. Only 50 points less than the Gigabyte. Okay. These are like classic guys that.
Yeah, they're like iconic. Low level monsters.
And this fool is so manly anyway. Or anything. We ended up getting a Gores in here as well because we've noticed that in some of the early testings of the games. You know, we'd go for a big push, and then we'd get rid of his field with the Law of Normal, and you know, we'd be going into a top decking phase or something, and we'd be top decking stuff that wasn't going to help us at all. So at least, you know, now if we top deck a Gores or something, you know, it was pretty cool. Plus, early game too, we could stall somewhat with Gores,
or you can
synchro with the token right here, and you know, one of our Flammable Guards or whatever. This card is just definitely epic. Allows you to possibly summon
4 dudes. Oh wait, maybe
no,
just
3.
It's 3.
It's
Yeah,
just 3. 3 dudes in theory. Same thing.
No,
with
it is
one.
all 3. I think every time we got 4, our field was full.
No, you think you can only summon?
No, it says all level 3 or lower.
Oh dang.
Yeah. Wow. So if you hit 4 monsters and you have 4 slots, you can bring them all out for 800 life points, which is really like a mega plus.
Yeah, and then there's this one too. This is like our. I guess I don't know what Call of the Haunted. I guess because they come from the grave or something or whatever.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what to refer it to as, but it's
kind of
cool.
like a
Let's special summon 3 as
super
well.
Monster Born, but for weenies.
Yeah, and then our Law of the Normal. This is if you have a field full of normal idiots, which
is kind of why
they unite to destroy everything on the field and everything in everybody's hands.
Yeah,
so it's pretty epic. And then we have Triangle Power. This is really good too because it boosts all normal monsters that are level 1
that
up
aren't
2,000
tokens.
attacks. So a good play you can do is to use Law of Normal, or get all your normal monsters on the field either with, you know, Try Right or Enchant Definitive Room or just summoning and then using Wabakus and Threatening Roars and stuff to keep them on the field. And then a lot of them have like 20 or 2100 defense too, so they're able to get around at least a turn or 2. Anyhow, once you get your field full of them, you can play your Triangle Power, 1 or 2 of them if possible. Yeah. Play a lot of the normal, send everything to the graveyard, and then attack with all of them, and you can go for game with that, or just get in there with a good amount of damage. And then you can go for a synchro play. That's why we have the tuners in here. Typically, we like to go for our Mateys or Cadastre at that point, because
if your opponent top decks something like a Mirror Force or whatever,
especially with our Mateys, then any back row cards would be, you know, useless to them.
Or if your opponent somehow made a play where they brought out a bigger synchro or whatever, then
Cadastre is obviously the better choice. So you just kind of have to fill out what deck you're dueling against. Other cards in the deck include
Duality.
Pot of Duality. Scapegoats is really good because it will work with the Law of Normal, although not with Triangle Power.
Right.
So that's kind of cool because it allows you to you can in-phase Scapegoats, normal summon out either Galaxy Serpent or Flammable Guard on your turn, play Law of Normal, get rid of everything, and then go for a synchro play like we were saying with Cadastre or our Mateys. Right. And then rounding up, we have Heart of the Underdog. Kind of cool because it allows you to get some draw power in there. One thing I did notice that I thought would have been a little bit better would be if we played some discard outlet cards.
Right. And
you suggested Lightning Vortex, and I was thinking Divine Wrath too.
Yeah, just something to
even Dark Core or something.
Get rid of
Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, something to kind of help fuel for our Try Right
and
just the fact that we would be drawing with it. But
because you don't play Dark Hole. So I mean, like,
yeah,
Vortex would be ideal just to kind of get.
Or maybe we could add a Dark Hole against it to the deck.
I mean, you could add whatever you want, really.
And then we played the Wabakus and Threatening Roars just so we can keep our normal monsters alive as long as possible until we can draw into our combo cards. These are some other couple of cards that we tried at different points. This is really cool too. White Elephant's Gift, I liked it a lot too. Just spacing is really kind of a key issue. You got to keep a certain amount of normal monsters in the deck in order for Enchanted Fitting Room and then Heart of the Underdog to actually be live.
Right.
So you just had to like make decisions on what we thought was best for the deck.
But obviously the White Elephant's Gift is everything in your deck is pretty much normal monsters except Gores, obviously, or your extra deck cards.
Yeah.
And then Potted Deck Duplicity, basically if you run out of stuff in the deck, you're going to have to put it back at some point.
And it also allows us to reuse key, Synchro, and Exceed cards.
Right.
So for the extra deck, we have our Ghost Trick monster here. This allows us to go for like 2 level 1s. And then we play in 3 Lionhearts. At first we were only playing 2, and then we upped it to 3 because we would make 2, and we would like be like, dang, I wish we could make another Lionheart.
And he's pretty good. I mean, once you get him on the board, if your opponent doesn't have a way of getting,
they don't have a Mirror Force or D-Prison or something to get rid of them. You just keep ramming in, and they're like, oh my god, stop! Especially if you've already done some damage earlier on, then it can put a lot of pressure on them. Even if they have a big monster on the field, you're just like, here, take the damage.
Right.
From there we have our Synchro engine.
We'll get to that. Just let's skip to the level 5.
Alright. Well, you got. I'm gonna run through them real fast. So
Right.
Formula, 1 Catastor,
okay,
2 Armades, TG Hyper Librarian, Orient Dragon, which I don't think we ever went into in any of the videos.
Nobody brought the Synchros.
Yeah, none of those guys. 2 Black Rose Dragons, which I guess you could probably take one out for another level 8 Synchro, because all we're playing is Scrap. And then Leo, and then Quasar.
Okay, well, the Orient Dragon's reasoning is basically after you've blown up the board, and let's say your opponent somehow makes a Synchro push. Usually they're going to go for Stardust, so you can't blow up the board again, or a Black Rose. Or
if they already just have one out.
Right, and so what you would be able to do is remove their Synchro, and then you gain control of the game again.
A quick, easy play would be just to play Scapegoats during the end phase, and then normal summon your Galaxy Serpent and bring it right out.
Right.
Quasar is kind of an interesting to put in. We noticed that we were able to bring him out, Formula quite a bit. We picked him in there originally just to be able to draw,
right?
Which is kind of cool. And then obviously we had Hydraeus and Catastor in there because we can make them rather easily, especially with the Tri-Rights, because you can go, Galaxy Serpent and Miotoko, and then like another level 1, or even if we were playing 2 earlier versions, we were playing 2 or even 3 of them. We could bring out, Flamevell Guard and that. But we noticed that once we kind of set up pretty nicely, we would end the field sometimes with
2 level 5s
and a Formula, and we'd be like, wow, if only we had a Quasar in our extra deck. And so we decided to start putting them in, and we were able to make Quasars. So, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyhow, in the comment section below, remember to let us know what you think of the deck and how you thought it performed in the videos. And let us know any thoughts you might have on ways to improve it. And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod.
And we're Freeze Laser.
And we're out.